Hi friends, a very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome on martiesluxury.co. Today is a very auspicious day and I would like to wish you all a very happy Basant Panchami. Happy new beginnings and a year full of joy for everyone. So today, as you know, we have Asha Modi ji, the jewelry designer with us. So let's all welcome the jewelry designer Asha
Modi.
Yeah, Asha Modi ji.
From Thank you. And very rightly so, Basant Panchami bringing all the colors back in life after a monotonous year. But I'm sure this year is going to be great.
True. Very true. We're all looking forward to a great year ahead. And
Yes.
before we all meet everyone at Taj Mansingh day after tomorrow, let's know a little more about Asha Modi ji as a designer and the brand Art Karat. She's a designer par excellence, most recognized jewelry designers of India, and the driving force behind the enchanting jewelry line Art Karat. So, Asha ji, we would love to know about your story and your journey to being the jewelry designer and the brand behind Art Karat. When did you discover your love for beauty designing?
I started about 30 years back as a hobby. And at that time, I did not know that this was a revolution in making. And at that particular time, nobody knew of the jewelry as in silver or with semi-precious stones. The only form of jewelry people know about was in gold or diamond or kundan, but made in pure gold, 24 karat. So this was a new concept which I launched at that time. And basically, it was because I didn't want to invest so much of money and I wanted to start something on my own as a hobby. So it was in silver, and silver was not so expensive at that time. So I created one piece. I remember it was in coral flower with one of my very master craftsmen who later got the national award also from the President of India. And we made one piece together in coral, and that was liked by everybody. And from then on, I started making the jewelry in silver, started with semi-precious stones, but totally design oriented. It was not basically, value based like diamond or gold, but only in silver, but handcrafted, and each and every piece was individually designed. That was the beginning of Art Karat, let's say in 1989. And that time, I remember I launched it in Moria Sheraton, my first show, and it was inaugurated by Sharmila Tagore, who is still my brand ambassador. Very beautiful lady, and she carried it off with so much of dignity, which we are carrying forward also in our branding, because I feel this product, which had a negative psyche to women, we had to create a positive thought to the silver jewelry so that everybody and anybody could wear it. At that particular point, to create something so new and make it popular among the women who were not in particularly very fond of silver jewelry, and make them like it and then wear it, and wear it with dignity. That was the main thing. Not just like that, they should be feeling very confident about wearing it in public and parties, and feel very great about it, feel very beautiful in it. And that was the whole idea. And that's why when we named initially at that time at Art Carrot, it was, we said Art Carrot Creations 2000, meaning starting in 89, but we were sure that till 2000 people will start liking it and accepting it the way we wanted. And that's exactly what happened. That when the 2000 started, people were really fond of it, and they accepted the jewelry with a lot of, they gave value to this jewelry, and they started enjoying it the way I wanted it.
A very inspiring and motivational journey. And Art Carrot was founded by Asha and Kamal Modi in 1988 with a vision to create an alternate line of jewelry that is based on silver and studded with only precious and semi-precious authentic gemstones, but commands the same respect as jewelry based on gold. And I think your concept was very new at that time because not many people had this kind of a thing in their mind, though now it's become very popular with destination weddings and all. So I would like to ask you, Ashuji, about your philosophy behind this vision.
It was simple thing like, I felt that jewelry is not something as an investment. Even today I feel that that time also I felt it, because jewelry in those days it was given as a sridhan in the marriage, in the dowries, that whenever the bad times came you could sell it. But I never thought that it had any value when the bad times came, and I was always against gold and diamond jewelry. Maybe this thing made me start at that time, and also I think it is a destiny which plays its own role, and you take that direction led by you or from the God, and this is how it happened. And that time it was like really something very, very unusual. People were really looking like, oh, what am I doing? They were very curious, what is this new thing? But I remember I had this very small show in Moria Sheraton, and we had this club by the name of Moria Capital Club, where all the ladies, very who's who in Delhi, they were part of it. And I did a very small show, and I maybe had just 50-55 pieces, and we sold everything. It was like, that gave me so much of encouragement, confidence that yes, this is a line. That's how it's
beautiful. So Ginny Gogia is saying hi. She says, I love your shows. I don't miss any of your shows. Sushma B. Rao is saying good evening. Miss Modi.
Hello.
So I would like to ask you, Ashaji, that how is it working in the jewelry different from when you started then? What is the difference between, fashion designing jewelry then and now?
That time when I started, I was the only one. I don't know. I don't think there was anybody else before me. And there was no institute for jewelry designing, nobody teaching you the jewelry designing as such. And women were totally not known to be in this line. It was a men's world, though we have a fantastic heritage of the jewelry in our country, with gods and goddesses wearing such fabulous jewelry, and even in our Mughal Empire and Indian dynasty and all that time, jewelry really played a very important part. But there was nobody as a woman creating a jewelry. It was always men who made the. It was like any other business.
Right.
Even till today, it is very surprising that not women karigars are not there. Not even a single karigar is there as such. All the men are making the jewelry, like they would sell any other thing in the line. And so it was a new concept. No school, nobody knew about it. First of all, and then coming in the market, and now today, I think whole of India is full of it, and such a huge exports is happening of this kind of jewelry, and this line is becoming. I called it that time as option to the gold jewelry, but whereas I feel that it is something on its own. Why should it be an option to the gold jewelry? Gold jewelry, I don't disrespect. I respect that, and you cannot deny the existence of gold and diamond jewelry. It is always there, and why not? But this is also another kind of jewelry which you need, like you need good clothes and you need good shoes, you need watch, and you need other accessories. Why not this also? So I want this jewelry like this, like you can change it in the day 4 times. You're going out for breakfast, you're going out for lunch and dinner, and you change it with your dress. So that should be fun, and you should feel great about it. That's the whole idea of wearing a jewelry. Why should it be just put in boxes and take out once in a blue moon when there is a wedding in the house? I never thought of jewelry should be like that. So that was the main reason. Today, yes, of course, there's a lot of difference because so many people have come into it. And instead of feeling a competition or challenge like that, I still feel that Art Carrot stands tall. And at the same time, we have our own niche. And also, in spite of, and at the same time, I really feel very proud that something which I started as a small thing has become the bread for so many people in my country. So many people are making business out of it, and they've grown so big in it. And I feel it's a great, great thing which has happened. Today, silver jewelry is parallel to the gold and diamond jewelry. In fact, people who are doing gold and diamond jewelry, they are also doing this kind of jewelry on the side, or maybe the main line. So it's a huge, huge market which was untapped, and now it has become, in fact, a bigger market than the precious jewelry.
True. Easy to manage. You don't have to go to lockers to take out your precious real jewelry.
Lying at home, and I think it is never stolen also because people know.
That's right. And so many times you hear, your friends losing their solitaires. It's such a sad thing, and this thing you can change many times, definitely. And you've been a pioneer in introducing this jewelry. After you, there's so many who've come up now. But I mean, it's amazing. And Sunita Dhar is saying, welcome, Miss Modi. And she's saying, awesome. Thank you, Sunita. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching and being a great audience. So, of course, the vision was to create masterpieces that are brilliantly crafted, exceptionally designed, and valued as art, and invested in like heirlooms that are passed from generations to generations. That's what is art all about. And if I may ask you, where do you draw your inspiration from for creating such amazing, majestic pieces of jewelry?
If you go to our museums and you see our heritage, mostly if you see in the temples, like if I go to Tirupati Balaji and there's so much of jewelry on the idols, and if you go to so many temples in South India, and you get so inspired seeing it, the culture of South India, and in fact, whole of India, all the states have so much to offer as the inspiration, first of all. Every state wears a different kind of jewelry. Like if you go to Kashmir, it's a different kind of jewelry. If you go to Rajasthan, it is a different kind of jewelry. If you go to Hyderabad, it is a different form of jewelry. Punjab has something else to offer you. So inspiration comes from all sides. I mean, India is full of it. You just have to take it up. And on top of that, nature, human contact, every time you're meeting somebody, they are teaching you something. And if you see a painting and you see so many hues together, you know how to place your colors in the jewelry, how to put your colors together. And the main thing which really works for me is, well, since we've done so many movies now, and the moods and the clothes which they are in fashion, what is popular in the world, what combinations, how they would like, what length of necklaces, what neckline, that is all keeping on in the mind all the time, and you're designing according to that.
True, beautiful. And Sushma is saying that silver is gifted to the bride even now in South India. I'm sure that's what Asha ji is telling us. And Asha ji has designed jewelry for more than 10 Bollywood blockbusters, some of which include movies like Devdas, Monsoon Wedding, Kama Sutra, Zubeda, Ram Leela, and Bajirao Mastani. So, Asha ji, tell us something about your best designs you have made so far.
For me, every piece is very beautiful. But yes, Devdas was a big challenge. That was the beginning of it. And when I did for it, and there was one thing after another, and that Bengali culture, which was not very much in relation with my mindset, that was a great challenge also. But it came out so beautiful that after that, I got so many other offers like Bajirao and other movies like Padmavat and all these big Ram Leela. So these have been also there, of course, and all different kind. And I somehow feel that I do better when it is a period jewelry or whether it is traditional jewelry. I'm more into it because I'm basically of that origin, and it comes very naturally to me. Whenever, though we do modern jewelry, but Art Kerat's forte is the traditional jewelry.
Right. And in fact, today only I was reading about Basant Panchami being Saraswati Ji's day. Even the jewelry that she wears, there is a lot of significance to every part of the jewelry that she wears.
Yes, of course, from head to toe. Head to toe, she's wearing, Saraswati is wearing jewelry from Mangtika, earrings, nath, and the guluband, and then the long hair, and then she's wearing a belt, she's wearing payal, and she's wearing bichas. All our Devis are wearing everything from Radha to Krishna, Radha to Parvati. Every goddess is full of jewelry. So much is there, and even our culture depicts jewelry. It has meaning. If you're wearing a tika, it has a different meaning. When you're wearing a bicha in the feet, it has a different meaning. When you're wearing a nath, it has a different meaning. I mean, nath definitely had a significance which said that the girl was a virgin. जैसे हमारे यहाँ टाइम में नथ जब उतारते थे तो शादी के it was on removed at the wedding night.
Right, true.
It's meaning like that, And payal was worn only by the married women. Married women, by the women who were married. So these kind of Mangal Sutra, which is there, of course, worn by the girls. So now it is not so much, but still it had its importance.
Yeah, but the latest trend I see in the young girls is wearing a bracelet like a Mangal Sutra among the young, girls who get married in our family. So that looks nice too.
Yes.
And it works as a
Yes.
Nazaria as well, I think. So yeah, I think there's a lot to inspire from our gods and goddesses in our Indian culture and heritage, be it South India or be it North India. And if I may ask you, what was the most valuable thing you learned from your first design?
The first thing, I think I learned that time that I have to make it, I have to be successful in this, and I can do it. That really led me on. That one piece taught me that I know something which I maybe don't know about myself, and I can do it. Something which has to be different, totally different than anybody has ever done. That's what it taught me.
Wonderful. And how do you describe your collection, or how does it have an edge over the other competitors or the designers who are also getting into the industry now? Similar kind of jewelry.
My jewelry, I'm always very particular about it looking real. You know, whenever I create a design, I should feel that how authentic it is looking. It should come closest to it. I can't say identical to it because, you know, something you're spending, let's say 10 lakhs in real, and I'm giving you in 10,000 rupees. I can come closest to it, and that's my target all the time because people who are my audience, they will wear only when it will look real. They have to wear it to the parties and pass it on as real. And they should feel confident if they are wearing maybe a sari of 1 lakh of rupees, and if they are wearing a necklace from Art Kirat, it should look part of it rather than something, away from it. It is not mine is not a fashion jewelry. It is something which people should wear in marriages, parties, and lunches, dinners, and with dignity and class. It should not look like a costume jewelry. That's the whole idea.
Lovely, beautiful. And for the audience, some of them are saying we didn't know about it. So it's very nice that Asha ji is here today. And many of you know, many of you are very fond of her jewelry also, I know, and have huge collection. So for those who didn't know, it's really good. And Art Carrot employs more than 1,000 craftsmen around the country, making it the largest production facility in its category. The jewelry is sold out of 150 self-organized exhibitions held at 70 cities across 5 continents and 15 exclusive art carrot boutiques around India. The Artec brand is immensely popular among the upper middle class income group of women who come from the South Asian decent settled around the world. Every year, more than 25,000 people buy art carrot from the company's various locations. So, Ashuji, if you can tell us about the policies and maintenance of the jewelry to the audience.
Art Carrot can be maintained as you will look after your real jewelry. You just have to keep it inside your safe or locker or almari or in the open. It doesn't get tarnished or anything like that. And at the same time, we have this policy of exchange at 25% in 1 year's time, and at the same time, maintenance of any kind, if ever required, is free of charge. They can come anytime, anywhere, in any of my shows, any of my showrooms. If they bought it like in the States and they want to come to Delhi showroom for any repairs, that is all free of charge, and we will send back it to the customer wherever she is living. And we don't charge.
Great, wonderful. So the policies and maintenance policies are also very, very tempting and interesting. And if I can ask you, what is your favorite part about being a jewelry designer?
I had the biggest adulterations all over the world, and I've made a lot of people very happy with my jewelry. That I feel is such a big achievement that if you can give happiness through whatever you are doing in life, that is a great, great feeling. That is what Art Carrot has given me. And at the same time, when so many girls, they have these dreams of looking in such a way, every girl has a dream of a wedding day, how she wants to look. And I think I've done so many brides all over that I don't even remember now. And when I see those expressions on them, my God, it is a thrill which is not priceless. I mean, it's not the money which comes into Art Carrot about that. It is the pleasure which I see on those girls and the families, and that is the biggest pleasure.
Beautiful.
I'm having this show just to inform you in Taj Mansingh, day after tomorrow on 18th. And it is a one-day show only. And I think it is my first show after the pandemic. And I hope and I really look forward to everybody to come over and see what we are doing. It's a fantastic collection.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have already confirmed and they are going to be present for the show to have a preview of the beautiful jewelry. Also, there's 25% discount, I believe, on the jewelry on that particular day. So, I would like to ask you that what advice would you give to young people who look up to you and want to enter a career in jewelry designing?
Jewelry designing is a fantastic career, better than so many others, very paying, and it is very satisfying. It can really keep you mentally and physically very busy, and at the same time, it is a very, very secure business, very secure in every which way because you're not dealing with any odd people. It's a very comfortable business which you can do designing at home. You can go out and work, you can do your own business, and you can make a lot of money if you're doing your own business. You can get a very good job out of it, and so many jewelry people can hire you up as a jewelry designer and pay you very well. That is what jewelry designer is.
Beautiful, lovely, wonderful advice. And Sushma is asking that how can we stop tarnishing of the silver jewelry? How can you help avoid tarnishing of silver jewelry?
I suppose one has to keep it away from the moisture. Silver utensils also get tarnished. Gold jewelry also get tarnished. Just informing, it's not only about silver jewelry. But yes, if you want to really maintain it for long, it should be kept away from moisture. And if you keep it in our folders only, it is well taken care of.
Great, wonderful. And Sunita is saying that is your showroom in Saket? No, it's not in Saket. It's in Khan Market. And I recently got beautiful earrings from there yesterday itself. These are the earrings.
Looking very nice.
I loved it. And I love it. This ring.
And we're also opening one more store in Emporio, which is going to be launched in April first week.
And Sushma said with COVID around, there were points of not touching metal surfaces. Are you doing innovations on that?
We are very particular about the whole comfort zone for the customers. We are taking care of all the precautions. And so there is no, and I don't think metal has anything to do with the COVID reactions. It doesn't transmit any problem.
So Sushma is saying very pretty. In fact, they have much more prettier jewelry than what I'm wearing. This is a small thing that I got, but there's much more and amazingly beautiful designs. So you all must come to on day after tomorrow at Taj Mansingh. Thank you. Lovely earrings and the ring also. It's not just, I don't know if, the ring.
Ring is very nice.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all, and thank you so much, Ashaji, for being here on the show. It's been a real pleasure and honor hosting you, and we're all looking forward for the amazing collection and meeting you day after tomorrow at the Taj Mansingh.
I am waiting for everyone to come.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being wonderful audience and giving compliments on the ring and the beautiful earrings that I'm wearing from Art Carriage. And looking forward to seeing you all. For any queries related to real estate, art, hospitality, weddings, fashion designers, jewelry designers, health, wellness, beauty, you can get in touch with us. We are also equipped with associates to resolve and advise on matters pertaining to finance, legal, and chartered accountants. For all those who missed the show, can watch it on my YouTube. And see you all day after tomorrow, Taj Mansingh, for the Art Carrot preview, where you get a 25% discount as well. The showroom is at Khan Market, and it's coming up in Emporio Mall very soon. See you guys. Bye-bye.